In this video, I'm going to show you everything that I brought with me on a backcountry truck camping trip in the Canadian Rockies. I'm out exploring an area that's new to me in the southeastern corner of British Columbia and wanted to make sure that I had everything I needed to stay safe and comfortable, but not overpack my vehicle. My sleep system is pretty minimal. I brought a one-person tent called the MSR Elixir. This is a really well thought out, well-built tent. Altogether, it weighs about 4 pounds, which is pretty heavy for a one-person tent, but it doesn't matter at all for this kind of trip. What's more important is tough materials and something that has great features. The way the pole structure is set up, you get very steep sidewalls at the toe and head of the tent. I'm 6'3" and I fit in there pretty well, even with a very thick mattress. It has a lot of features that allow you to organize your gear and is just really well thought out. For my sleeping bag, I'm using the MSR Boost. It's a very roomy sleeping bag that is wide at the foot and wide throughout the whole body. But there's also a zipper that runs down the middle that allows you to tighten the whole thing up. A zipper on both sides of the sleeping bag that let you vent and also take your arms out and do things while you're in the sleeping bag. For my ground pad, I'm using the Thermarest Neoloft, which is a super plush, comfortable mattress, but also really compact. So it gives you a really comfortable night's sleep, but doesn't take up any space in your car. I bring a plush, comfortable pillow, just makes the nights better, but it packs away. Something that I always forget to mention about this tent is that it comes with everything that you need to set it up, including a ground sheet. This is very rocky ground with a lot of things that can cut and damage your tent. So having that ground sheet under there is just an extra layer of protection. I don't typically use a ground sheet, but when weight's not a concern, why not just protect your gear a little bit more? It'll last longer and you'll have less problems in the long run. My kitchen setup is very minimal, but it covers a lot of bases. I have a video that goes over my complete camp kitchen, and this is a slightly pared down version. It has everything that I need for a simple camping trip where I'm not doing any kind of extravagant cooking. So I'm using a small 1-burner Coleman propane stove. I always have my kettle. I always have a cast iron frying pan, spatula, metal tongs. These are so important. Some kind of metal saucepan, and then some other odds and ends, a kitchen knife, lighter, oil, salt. That's pretty much it. I always bring a folding chair. This lives in my vehicle. They're really compact, they fold out quickly, and they're pretty tough. I think they're sold for dove hunting. I'm testing out this tiny table, which is actually pretty nice to have because when you're in places like this, there's no picnic tables, so being able to set up off the ground is a luxury. And then, as usual, some kind of cooler. I've had this cooler for years. There's nothing special about it, but it works. I also bring a wire metal grill to cook on the fire. This is a stainless steel model that I got off of Amazon. It comes in a 2-pack. I just bring one, and they come out to about 15 bucks each. Having that grill with me means I can cook on almost any fire, whether it's got an established metal ring, which is often bent and broken, or I can set myself up on rocks, and just means that it's much more reliable. This is all of the gear from my kitchen and tools to my sleeping system and then my clothes. I like having a compact, minimal system. It means that getting ready at home is easier, packing your vehicle is easier, and if you need to unpack for some reason while you're on the road, it's very simple. All of my shelter system is in one bag. I also brought a big tarp. I always have a tarp with me. This is 4 meters by 3 meters. It's pretty big. I didn't set it up because the weather was gonna be good. I have poles for that. Sleeping bags almost always come with a stuff sack that's just way too small. I always switch out my sleeping bags to a bigger stuff sack. It means that they take up more space, but they're way easier to pack up in the morning. It's just less of a fight. I've got everything packed away. My sleep system, kitchen, sleeping bag, cooler, clothes, tools, chair, extra odds and ends with some room to spare. So that's my compact truck camping setup. I've also got 5 items in there that really make a big difference and will make your camping experience better in almost any situation. I'll link that video right here.